communications program at that time was in the dean's office. The program was actually started in 1973, and the program really wasn't going anywhere. There was only 5 students at that time, and so we had the student records moved into the Ag Education Department, and I became the advisor then of the Ag Communication students. And a thing I've thought, and at that time, we needed to do a better job of communicating agriculture to the public. That I thought this would be a great way of doing it. And well, the program just grew from then. The thing that really helped, I think, with the students is that we started a course. Actually, it was more or less a problems course when I first started, and we worked up an agriculturalist newsletter, and the students had written up articles, and we published these newsletters, and then we put these newsletters throughout the campus on some stands that the students had made. And of course, the other big thing that motivated the students was getting the Ag Communications of Tomorrow organization started. And we started it more or less immediately. And the thing that I found that with that organization, one of the things we needed was, of course, a little bit of money maybe to go ahead and do some things. So what the students did, they decided to make what they called sloppy joes up, and we served those, prepared them and served them at the annual pig sale we had at Tech. And that's the way we made our money. But the big thing about that was these students themselves enjoyed coming to my wife and I home and preparing these sloppy joes. It's just a hamburger that's mixed up, but you can put it on a bun. And it was easy to serve. We were able to make it up ahead of time and serve it. Then some of the meetings that we had with the Ag Communications students in the program, they were even done at our house, which they always appreciated being able to come out to our home. And so it just went from there. One thing I should mention, I guess, is I was not an ag communicator. I didn't have the background for it. So the first students I had, they really had to step up to the plate and do a great job because of the fact that I lacked the background, but I think the whole thing worked out because we were all working from the ground floor, moving the program forward. The help I had mainly, I imagine, with the Ag Compound program was through our department chair, T.L. Leach. And of course he actually, I consulted with him on various things, and he, of course, wanted to see the program grow, and I think that is one person that gave me the most help. I was teaching a course in small gas engines, and I actually did a lot of work with well, there's a person by the name of Joe Bob Martin who had the Briggs & Stratton and Tecumseh dealerships here in Lubbock. And when working with my students, I found that a lot of times I could go ahead and demonstrate things to them, but I felt that after a while I'd learned enough that I might be able to do this and put it on the VHA tapes, and then that could be used throughout the United States. So I worked with a company here in Lubbock, and we made, I suppose, about 6 different VHS tapes of everything concerned. In other words, it was actually a complete disassembly of a small gas engine and all the steps it took to get that engine back up and running again, and doing proper the mechanical procedures. But anyway, there was a great help to me because I could show a segment of the tapes to my students, and then I'd stop and let them do that on the engines. And it made it very practical for the students to learn something about it. And they did everything. They ground valves and put in new rings and the whole thing in the engines. I think my main accomplishment in ag communication was just getting the program really started. I mean, and it was alarming to me that, but the first few years we had it, we did get quite a few more students, and excuse me, and talking with the students, this sort of thing, and trying to the fact that they had the opportunity to go out and spread the word of agriculture to the public. And the thing that really developed, I think, ag communications finally was when I first started making the newsletter. We didn't have the small computers and things. We had to go and type the articles up and then take them to a publisher and have it published. And then what came along was with the computers, then they could go ahead and develop it finally ended up into a magazine and that sort of thing. But the thing for them getting a job is there's a lot of ag businesses out there that they like to publish newsletters and etc. And these students then can go out and use the computers then to go ahead and get those out at a not too expensive a cost. And I think that mainly the thing is just what I said. I think is I saw a program that needed some help, and I thought maybe I could do a little bit to make it prosper. I think is the type of students that we're getting into the program, and these are individuals that are great leaders, and they're having so much influence out there in agriculture and getting the word out. And I think it's just, that's the big thing that I predict the future, is that we're just going to do a better job of getting out there and getting our information out to people who don't have any idea of how important agriculture is to the United States or to the world, for that matter. Because I think that these programs are going so rapidly that we're going to see more activity with our graduates in foreign countries and what have you, and it'll make a tremendous difference in what happens in all of agriculture.